Good evening, Mr. President, once again. We are here, Zambia, we are not new here. We already have a cement operations, but I think, like what I said, now our focus is how do we develop our continent. And looking at our continent is to see what are the needs of our continent, and I know for sure the foreigners, when I say foreigners, I mean non-Africans, will not develop Africa. So it is our duty to make sure that we look at these things. Most of them, they are low-hanging fruits, but the real people who do investments, they will not really come here. If you look at most of the pension, I mean not pension, most of the financing, this thing, you know, where they set up all these financing stuff like all this KRR, the one that we even did, which is the one in New York, where we have David Rubenstein, Carlyle Group. We set up Africa Fund, almost 1 billion. They have actually all closed because, yes, they call it risky investment. It's not really risky investment because majority of them, they did not lose any money. But just that they are not looking forward to the growth of our continent. And that is why we have to lead to make sure that, yes, our continent grows. We are looking at opportunities here, mainly power, not power, to look at processing some of your raw materials and say, okay, fine, how do we do this stuff? You shouldn't be exporting raw materials. You should be exporting finished products. So that one, it means you create jobs. But the moment that you are exporting raw materials, you are actually exporting jobs and importing poverty into your country. So we want to partner with the government to make sure that, yes, we address these issues. And it is by addressing these issues that I believe the foreigners will join the party. And unless we do that, they will never ever come, no matter how good it looks. This has actually shown us, one of the countries is here, in Zambia, because in Zambia, when we built our Ndola plant, I know that it was really difficult. We had to beg sometimes to be able to get cement to build. And most of the cement, on average, we paid about $11 per bag, which was $220 per ton. That is how much we were, buying. And when we put up that plant, then Lafarge too was challenged. They had to put up another one. They expanded, and other Chinese too, they followed, I think, in conjunction with the government. So these are the areas that we're really looking at. If you need power here, yes, definitely Zambia need quite a lot of power. But you have what it takes. You have coal. And I think you should actually use what God has given to you to generate don't go for whether the green one that they're talking about, which is, solar or wind, because you have the coal is there, and you should use it to generate your power. The power, they actually say that, Your Excellency, without power, there's no growth. No growth without power, anywhere. And then when you have power, you will actually unleash growth in the country. When you do that, you talk less when you go out there to campaign, to tell people what you've done, because they will see what it is. They will actually feel it. It's not like education where it takes several years before you can see the benefit of it. But this one, once you give power, it gives other things, opportunities, GDP growth, and it will give a lot of disposable income, just like what you mentioned, Your Excellency, saying that, yes, today in Zambia, you are using rain-fed agriculture. So rain-fed agriculture, it means that you are going to do one season. But right now, you go to countries where they are doing 3 crops per season. So if you are going to do 3 crops, it means that something like maize, which you are good at, you'll actually flood the entire African continent with maize. So, but right now, a lot of people, they're importing, maize, African countries. And one of the things that I have to also say, Your Excellency, is that being a landlocked, for example, is actually a big opportunity for you because you are surrounded by 9 countries. So when you do well, and I'm sure the time will come when there will be a race, Your Excellency, because your colleagues that surround you, the 9 of them, when they see how well you are doing, they too, so it will be a race to see who will do best. That is how they are able to grow, the economy of Asia. Because it was a race. Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, yes, so somebody is saying, you look at Thailand, and when you look at Indonesia, for example, Indonesia, they've opened up their minds, everything, so even with all this, when you look at it, Indonesia's economy, people don't know, is bigger than Saudi Arabia's economy. They are at 1.2 trillion, Saudi Arabia is about 990 billion. And I am a believer that there is nothing that is impossible. So with what you have, I think if the focus is there, you have the right team, which you do, of course, you can see quite a lot of things. I mean, I cannot imagine having Zambia with additional 5,000 megawatts. And I think, Excellency, really, you need to address it, because I remember when we wanted to put up our own plant, we put up, then we realized that we had excess of power. And quickly, the Zambia Power, I think then, I don't know whether they still change their names, they said, no, we'll buy whatever excess power that you have. But, at that time, we wanted to do in some countries to put up power coal, where, asked, no, we don't want to encourage power by coal. But then you can see in UK today, last year they opened up an old mine they didn't touch for 30-something years. And they gave also a new license. And now Germany, in the last 2 years, they have used more coal from South Africa than South Africa. So really, I think all this question about coal, we should use our God-given resources to develop our own this, and we are ready to partner with the government to actually, follow this trajectory. You can be rest assured, and that you will have my 100% support in actually, developing the economy here, so it can be a win-win situation, and we'll be very happy and proud to be part of the development of Zambia. We are all one and the same. We are just divided by politics, all these borders and co. So I believe the FCTA will come in and bring all of us together. Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you, Mr. Dangote.